What's good, R&B squad? This is out of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new to this family, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. The word that I have today comes from a dream that I had and some scripture that the Lord led me to, and also some things that He revealed to me during my prayer time and my private time with Him. And as per usual, as you listen by the details, you will know whether or not this word is for you. Please eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what's for you, and leave the rest. And the most important part, the most important thing that you need to do is pray as you listen. Pray so that you may receive direct confirmation from God Himself as to whether or not this word is for you. So we're going to talk about the Delilah spirit a bit today in this word. And what I want to say to those of you whom this is for, before I get started, I'm going to get started with the dream. Before we get there to the dream, let me just say, those of you whom this is for, take the people in your circle before God. Whoever is in your circle, take them before the Lord. Test every spirit in front of God. Do you understand? Do you understand? Don't take anybody at their word. Just because somebody says that they love you or that they mean well, that doesn't mean that they actually love you or that they actually mean well. All right? Test people in front of God. Test the spirits in front of God. That being said, let me get right into the dream. So now in this dream, there were two women. The opening scene revealed two women, and I was made to understand that these two women, they were friends. All right? Now here's the thing. The Lord started to download information to me about the first woman. I was made to understand that the first woman had a very genuine heart and a very genuine spirit. So she really, truly loved the second woman and regarded the second woman as a sister. She truly loved her. Okay? Now they're sitting in the first woman's house. And you know what? At first, the Lord didn't give me very much information about the second woman. I was told about the first woman, how genuine she was and how kind her heart was and how she really did care about the second woman and regard her as a sister. But I wasn't given much information right off the bat about the second woman. However, here's what happened next. The first woman, the genuine one, let's call her Miss Genuine because she was the one with the good heart. Miss Genuine leaves her home and she goes off to work. And she leaves the second woman, her friend, whom she regards as a sister, in her home, okay? Now this woman goes to the window and she watches the first woman drive off and go off to work. And as soon as that woman goes off to work, she goes into that woman's bedroom and she starts dressing up in that woman's clothing, okay? She starts to put the woman's clothes on and she starts to put the woman's jewelry on. She starts to put her makeup on. She sits in front of her dresser and looks at herself in this woman's jewelry and makeup and clothes. And then when she gets done with that, she does something that's even creepier. So the first woman, Miss Genuine, the good one, the one with the good heart, she had a photograph of herself sitting on her dresser, okay? Second woman picks up the photograph, pulls a photograph of her own self out of her pocket, and puts the two photographs next to each other. And I was made to understand that she was looking for some sort of physical resemblance, like she was comparing herself to and looking for some sort of physical resemblance to the first woman. She was trying to see if she resembled the first woman in any way. Okay? Now, after that, the scene switches and the second woman is going off to her own house. So she has left her friend's apartment. She has taken off the clothes and the makeup and everything that she put on that belonged to her friend, and she's going to her own home. The first thing that I notice as she approaches her home is that it's covered by trees, so it's obscured from view. So she has to walk through these trees to get to her home. And when she gets to her home and she enters it, the first thing that strikes me about inside her apartment is how dark it is. I could barely discern her silhouette in there. It was that dark. And I was made to understand that the darkness in her apartment represented the darkness in her heart. And then I came away from what I was seeing in that dream. Okay? So for someone, you've got someone around you. This could be your family. This could be a friend. This might be somebody that you consider your best friend. This might even be a love interest. This might be someone who wants to go into business with you. This might be a coworker, but whoever it is, it's somebody that you trust. Somebody that you least expect would be envious of you. Somebody that you did not think would harm you. All right? But this person, their intentions towards you are evil. And here's the thing. We hear so much about the Jezebel spirit, and we hear even about the Judas spirit, but we don't hear much about the spirit of Delilah. And when we do hear about the Delilah spirit, we don't hear about it in every context. We only hear about it in the context of a man being seduced by the wrong woman and so on. But the Delilah spirit can show up in a lot more detailed forms than that. Okay? It shows up in diverse forms. And the Lord gave me some notes here, so I'm going to read from my notes. This person around you, this person that you think is your friend, or this family member that you're close to, or even this coworker that you may be talking to, this person who's offering to be a business partner or to start a business with you, whoever it is, this person who may be a love interest, this individual is possessed by the spirit of Delilah. Okay? Now, the spirit of Delilah doesn't just show up in romantic situations. I'm reading from the notes that the Lord gave to me here. The spirit of Delilah does not just show up in romantic situations. It can also operate through friends and or family members. It is a seductive spirit, not just in the typical sense of seduction, but also in ways that you don't expect. The Delilah spirit will seduce you with kind words. It will tell you things that sound good to your ears. It will tell you that it loves you, that it wants what's best for you. It might even disguise itself as an angel of light and tell you that it is praying for you. But the entire time it is trying to figure out the source of your strength and catch you in a vulnerable moment so that it can crush your strength. While you may genuinely love the person or persons whom this Delilah spirit is operating through, as long as that spirit is operating through them, they cannot genuinely love you. And if you need to go back, if you need to rewind and listen to that, listen to it again until you fully understand it. Until you fully understand it. Okay? So whoever this person is, this person that may be posing as your friend, or posing as a supportive family member, or posing as a love interest, or posing as your work friend, or whatever they're posing as, okay? Their beguiling ways is hiding the darkness in their hearts. Notice how that woman, the second woman who had been trying on the first woman's things, when she went to her apartment, it was very dark. And on top of that, it was hidden by trees on the outside. So this person's got a lot of contraptions hiding who they really are. A lot of deception going on around them. Their beguiling ways hides the darkness in their hearts. They operate in witchcraft. They dabble in witchcraft and mess around with destinies. Part of the thing that they specialize in, part of the area that they specialize in when it comes to witchcraft is destiny swapping or the altering of destinies. So this person's intention, first of all, they're envious of you, and their intention is to swap places with you. So notice how in the dream, she went into that woman's room and she started dressing up in her clothes and putting on her makeup and even taking a picture, looking at a picture of herself and comparing it to a picture of the woman. Okay? So these people, they literally want to walk around in your skin. They want to know what it's like to be you. And not just that, it's not just that they envy you and they want to be you and that's it. They desperately want to trade places with you to the point where they're willing to cast spells and perform witchcraft activities to see if they can swap destinies with you, to see if they can take your place. Some of these people, they're so envious of you that they want to try to compete with you and one-up you in everything. They are in this one-sided competition with you, and because you really love them, and you want to see them win and you want to see them eat, you don't even realize that they're this jealous of you. You may see some little things here and there. For example, if you tell them that something good happens to you, if you even mention to them that you had a good day, you might see them try to go on and on about something, this and this happened to me and this, and they might turn the whole conversation over on themselves. And in those instances, you may be wondering, why do they do that? But you know what? You brushed it off because you wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Do not give them the benefit of the doubt. The other thing is that some of you have spiritual gifts, okay? You have spiritual gifts. Maybe you hear in the spirit, maybe you see in the spirit, maybe you're able to perceive things very clearly. Maybe your discernment is very strong. You may have shared the fact that you have spiritual gifts with this person. This person is even envious of your spiritual gifts. And because they're envious of your spiritual gifts and they can't take those gifts from you, they want to mess with it. So the Lord referred to a demon called incubus. And he mentioned elves to me. Okay? Now the purpose of these elves and this incubus spirit is to give you nightmares. So this person is messing with these elves, messing with this incubus spirit to mess up your sleep patterns, to give you nightmares, make you afraid to even sleep, give you insomnia. Okay? However, that hasn't happened to you, but it's definitely happening to them. Because you know what? When the Lord saw them, when he saw them sending these spirits to you, he saw them sending these elf spirits and these demons and incubus demons and all of that to mess up your dreams and mess up your sleep and give you nightmares. He was like, I know y'all ain't going near my child. I know good and well y'all are not going near my child. You better go back to wherever you came from. Go back to who sent you. And that's the thing. If the spirits, the demons cannot mess up your dreams and can't mess things up for you, they're going to go back to whoever sent them. They got to go somewhere. In waking life, when a package is sent out for delivery, and it just started to rain, guys, so I'm going to raise my voice so that you guys can hear me over the sound of the rain. If you still can't hear me, please turn on the closed captioning so that you can get the rest of this word, okay? When a package in waking life goes out for delivery and the delivery folk can't locate the person whom the package is intended for, what happens? It returns to sender. So that's exactly what happened in this case. These people sent out these elves and this incubus demon to mess up your dreams and give you nightmares and give you insomnia. And now they're the ones getting the nightmares. The spirit went right back to them. They're the ones that can't sleep. Every time they go to sleep, every other night, they have a nightmare. And they're sitting there wondering what's going on. The same spirit they tried to send to mess up your dreams because they were jealous of your spiritual gifts is now messing up theirs. Okay? Let me see what else I have in my notes here. The Lord had so much to say about it. He led me to Ecclesiastes 10 verse 8. He who digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever breaks through a wall will be bitten by a serpent. Also Psalm 9 verse 15. The nations have sunk down in the pit which they made. In the net which they hid, their own foot is caught. So whatever these people are plotting and planning against you, it's going to befall them instead. It's not going to touch you. It's not going to touch you. So don't be afraid. But it will befall them instead. The Lord also mentioned a recurring cycle of disease is going to befall them if they do not leave you alone. Now, disease means two things: sickness and illness, and also dis-ease, discomfort, distress, and lack of ease, generally lack of ease. Therefore, these individuals or this individual will experience both a recurring cycle of sickness and discomfort and distress if they do not leave you alone, if they do not stop trying to mess with what God has for you and mess with your destiny. And you know, some of these people are so delusional that they genuinely believe in their minds that they deserve what you have. They think that they're the ones that deserve to have your spiritual gifts. They think that they deserve whatever God has promised you or whatever prophecy he's spoken over your life. Maybe the Lord told you that something big was going to happen for you. Maybe he told you were going to get married. Maybe he told you It could have been anything he promised you or spoke over your life. And then you trusted this person, so you confided in them and told them what the Lord said to you, what he prophesied over your life. And then you know what? They're sitting there and thinking, why does it have to happen to her? Why does it have to happen to him? Why not me? So they literally think that they deserve what God is about to bless you with. They think they deserve the blessings that God tailor-made just for you. Everybody can be blessed if they trust the Lord and they serve him. But they want your specific blessings. They don't even want to bother finding out what God has for them. Everything that God said is for you, and the time frames that he gave you and the timelines that he gave you, they want these things to happen to them instead. They want it to be their timelines, their time frames. They want it to happen to them exactly the way the Lord said it would happen to you. Notice once again, that woman was sitting at her friend's dresser, putting on her friend's clothes and makeup and all of these things. So these people don't even want to find out what blessings God has for them specifically. No, they just want yours. But the Lord said that their own evil thoughts and evil deeds will stunt their growth, both spiritually and in the natural. He said that not only is he going to cut them off from you, but he's also going to cut them off from him, because some of these people have the nerve, while they're plotting against you, to still call on the name of the Lord. The Lord said he's going to cut them off from you and also from him, because he does not bless mess. And they are motivated by the presence of the spirit of Delilah. They want to find a weak spot in you and exploit it. They want to find the source of your strength and cut it down. And another thing that the Lord pointed out to me that I want to point out to those of you whom this is for. Notice in that dream that that woman, the first woman, the one who genuinely loved her friend, she left that friend in her house. She went off to work and left that friend unattended in her house. Y'all stop allowing these demons. One, don't allow these demons to enter your house at all. Two, do not let them roam around in there unattended. You better get up and guard your house. Pray over your house and anoint your house to keep those demons away. Do you understand? Pray over yourself and anoint yourself so that these demons do not get in your circle in the first place. And another thing, the Lord pointed out to me why initially in the dream I was not given much information about the second woman. That was a representation of what is going on with some of you. The reason why the Lord has not yet revealed to you the true intentions of some of the people in your circle is because you're not ready to hear what he has to say about them. You want this person to be genuine so badly. You want them to be the version of them that you have in your mind. But the way you think of them and the way you see them may not be who they really are. Remember, he referred to them as beguiling. So they may be saying all of the right things. Delilah was saying all the right things to Samson. If you go back and read the story of Samson and Delilah, this is the difference between Delilah and Jezebel. See, Jezebel will show you right off the bat that she hates you. The Jezebel spirit will show you right off the bat that it hates you. But the Delilah spirit is seductive, and it seduces with kind words. It seduces you by telling you, I love you. I want what's best for you. You're my bro. You're like family. You're my sis. Okay? So it confuses you. And now you want that person to mean what they say. So you don't even bother checking with God. Even if you do see something funny about them, you brush it off and you give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you something. When you're ready, when you're good and ready to hear what the Lord has to say about the people in your circle, best believe he's going to reveal the hearts of each of them to you. Test the spirits before God. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. That man could have just asked you to marry him. Okay? He could have just asked you on a date. That woman, she might seem like the sweetest person in the world. Like a genuine sister from another mother. You better test the spirit before the Lord. He will show you exactly who people are. And you know what else? Some of these folk who have the spirit of Delilah in them and are plotting against you, they took for granted how close you are to God. They took your relationship with God for granted. They thought that it wasn't that serious when you said you hear from God. They thought it wasn't that serious when you said you see in the spirit. They thought it wasn't that serious when you said your discernment is really strong. So they really thought that they could plot against you and that God wouldn't reveal it. Because they really thought that you don't hear from God like that. You don't see like that. That's what they thought. God will show you. If your heart is open to seeing what He has to say and hearing what He has to say, He will show you. So the bottom line of it is this: these people or this person, if they do not stop trying to destiny swap with you, if they do not stop trying to alter the course of your life out of envy, because that's the only reason they're doing it. You ain't never did nothing to this person. You did absolutely nothing to them. If they were honest with themselves and in front of God, they would not be able to say one bad thing about you. And now, you know, some of these folk, they will say bad stuff about you because they're trying to lie to fit their own narrative. They might even try to convince themselves that you somehow deserve for them to plot against you without you knowing. But if they were honest with themselves and in front of God, if they were honest, if they had any honesty in them, they would not be able to say one bad thing about you, because this whole time you have been wanting to see them win. You have been praying for them. You genuinely loved them. And the entire time they were plotting against you. God don't like ugly. God does not like unfairness and deceit. And unfairness and deceit, those things are ugly. Do you understand? God looking at them like, how you over here plotting against this person who's praying for you to win? Are you crazy? Are you insane? This person is over here praying for you to win, praying to me every day for you to have an easy time in your life. And you're over here plotting against this person who's praying for you? You must be out your mind. The Lord is looking at them like, you must be out your mind. And you know what? It gives me no pleasure to deliver messages like these. I've said that before. But when the Lord gives me a message, I have to deliver it whether I like it or not. It's not about what I like. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line is this. If these people or this person, if they do not leave you alone and stop plotting against you, and stop trying to take what the Lord has for you, and stop trying to block your blessings out of envy, and stop plotting little ways that they can take a stab at you here and a jab at you there, nothing will go well for them. And that's the word. I hope that this message reaches the right ears. I love you guys. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.